What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? My name is Philip Anglade, and welcome to FX Pro Now. You are in for a treat today. From last time that we were on Monday, we called literally every trade correctly. AU, EU, UJ, and GJ. We caught all of them correctly, even on gold. All of them correctly, and hopefully you caught a lot of the pips. I caught a majority of the pips, and hopefully you did as well. So what we're going to be doing on today's episode is like we do on every other episode, which is look into the markets and see what is available. And from there at the end, if you watch all the way through, I'm going to go ahead and look at all five of the markets that I mentioned to you just now, and see if there are any opportunities available. And if there are, we could be able to probably enter in, and also probably see what's going to happen in the near future, like we did from last week. Currently up, let's see, I am currently up 120 pips on GJ with multiple entries, and 60 pips on UJ. And I think it's been a great week this week already. Last week was a great week as well, and I'm excited for your growth. And at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you our entire system and how you can be able to actually participate long term, and how we can be able to actually partner up, and how we could be able to teach long term. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Again, if you have any questions, you can be able to comment at the bottom. Understand we have a group chat that you can be able to be a part of. We have a website that you can be able to get access to, fxpronow.com. We have a YouTube that you can be able to get access to as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so what we're looking at right now is EURUSD, and we're looking at this on the H4 time frame. And if we were, I'm actually going to see something if I'm able to do this. Let me see. All right, guys, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? My name is Philip Anglade, and welcome to fxpronow.com. What we're looking at right now is EURUSD. And we're going to be going to GBPJPY, and then USDJPY, and then also AUDUSD. So stick along for the entire ride. So what we see here is EURUSD, and what's pretty interesting about this one is the fact that on the weekly time frame, if we were to jump all the way to the top here, you'll be able to see the fact that we find a level of resistance, a level of support. And I called this a while ago, and we actually caught this all the way at the bottom right here when this bullish candle was actually a bearish candle, which is pretty interesting, right? And with that being the case, we entered, right? Based upon this H4 time frame, we saw that there was a monthly key level that price hit, and we entered somewhere around, well, I entered somewhere around here. And what is interesting is the fact that price pushed up dramatically, about 120 pips, and then I saw it starting to slow down. And that has been my fault when it comes to trading. What I teach people, and what I should be doing myself, is do not get out until price closes past 38.2 on the fibs for the retracement. So I saw price get to this point right here, start to consolidate, and I'm like, okay, cool. It pushed up heavily. It has to retrace at this point. Like, I doubt it's going to push up even further. So what did I do? I exited, right? And what did price do? It pushed down slightly, and then it kept going. And I'm like, no, like, are the bulls that strong? And I guess they were. I saw price continue to get to this level of resistance. I'm like, okay, cool. This got to push down. And I was thinking, okay, it's going to push down to at least 38.2. No, 23.6. And then what do we see? Pop. And I did not catch that pop. And I'm not going to front. I was very, very, very angry. right? So just a word of advice, I guess you would say. Just because price slows up does not mean it's going to retrace and stop. No, it can continue even without getting to at least 38.2. And as you can see, this green box right here. So my rule says I cannot get into a trade in the middle of a trade. So I'm going to have to wait this one out and not receive any of it, which freaking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. So I know for sure price is gonna get to 1.155, this daily key level, and then from there price will get to oh yeah. So that's the first one as far as here, and then price will get to this area right here, this green line right there, and then price is gonna get to there as well. I'm in the middle of the move. I technically cannot just jump in anywhere based upon our rules. So I'm kind of mad about this one because this was obvious. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to AU real quick. So let's go ahead and go to AU. Oh yeah, so I guess I have to stop this one. All right, so that's AU. Let's go to AU now. So now what we are looking at is AUD. Okay, so I go right through. All right, so now what we're looking at is AUDUSD, and the fact that we called that this would actually continue to the upside, and it freaking did. It did, and what's so crazy is I gotta just trust my analysis through and through all the way, every single time, not doubt. And I suggest you guys do the same exact thing. So what we saw was pretty interesting is the fact that we had price make a lower low based on this H4 time frame. All right, well, based on this daily, I guess you could say, right? Based on this daily, but if you were to actually look on the weekly time frame, you'll be able to see the fact that this is actually a level of support. We see a true level of support right here, and I was like, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised this this level of support will stick, and then from there, price will continue to the upside, right? And that's exactly what we saw. If we were to see on the H4 time frame, we have price have point A there, point B here, point C at 61.8. You see that purple line right there, 61.8 right there. I saw the fact that price was going to continue to the downside, but I actually had a defensive mindset when it came to this as well, where I'm like, what if it's not going to continue to the downside? What if it actually will continue to the upside as well? So I pulled out my fibs the opposite way to see, okay, what's going to happen here, right? Point A here, point B, what if it just gets to 38.2, which is actually in correlation with my weekly time frame. And what if this actually slows up and continues? So I actually entered my sell somewhere right here, and then from there it continued to 38.2, and then what did it do? It stopped. So I actually exited my order actually here before it actually had this push up, and then it did get to 38.2, and then what do we see? Pop, retrace, and then pop again. Let's go ahead and go to the lower time frame so you can be able to see the details of this, because this is actually what I called. What I mentioned to you guys was the risk was only about 30 pips, but the reward was 80 pips, and it actually hit that take profit, which is really, really cool. If we were to go from point A to point B right here, point C was at this 38.2, 50% area in confluence with this H4 key level right here. And what I mentioned to you guys was, like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, it can go 30 pips down and you can hit your stop loss. Oh, or you can be able to get to this negative 27% area, and that's exactly what it did. So hopefully you guys will be able to quote me by actually looking at the last video where I actually mentioned everything like this. And what I would definitely encourage you guys to do is to actually go into our actual YouTube and watch last time's or Monday's episode, so you could be able to see the true details of everything that I said from last time, so that you could be able to really see how I came up with all of these trades. Literally every single trade was on point from this past Monday. And when you go to this section right here where it says this week in the market, this week in the Mondays this week in the markets, and you were to go to the last episode, you'll be able to see. It's not there. I'll have to bring it to the top, but this is it right here. Mondays this week in the markets. If anything, what I'll go ahead and do is literally tag this so you guys can be able to see this, because I know for sure this will be really, really good for you guys to be able to see this. And if anything, I'll go ahead and put it in the Telegram so you'll be able to watch the recap of this. I think it'll be really, really good. Watch this. So I just sent it to you guys so you'll be able to actually rewatch that and be able to see how I was able to go ahead and do that. All right. So so that's that one. All right. So let's go ahead and go to UJ. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to UJ, and this was beautiful. I literally documented all of this on unfortunately, one second. So as you can see here, what I'm doing is I'm actually so what's going on, guys? We're looking at USDJPY, and what we're looking at is the fact that this was called completely. The entire move was called completely. So let's go ahead and go to the H4 time frame so we can be able to see everything from the beginning. So well, let's actually go to the daily time frame so we can see it from the complete beginning. And what we saw is the fact that we have a strong level of resistance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Literally it's actually 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times this area has been rejected for this level of resistance, right? And I actually called this where this would pull to the downside very, very strong. The same exact way this happened over here. And as you can see here, you see how price started to push up and then continue to the downside. Well, look how this is the same exact area, literally the same exact area. Hopefully you see that, right? Well, what I mentioned is, hey, listen, price is going to get rejected at 38.2, being the fact that the bulls are so, the bears are so strong over here. The bulls are not going to be enough to be able to push it at least 61.8. And they'll continue at 38.2, and that's exactly what it did. So my take profit is going to be at this negative 27% area at about 105.8, right? So let's go to the H4 time frame so that we can be able to see this in detail. And what we see here, point A, we'll call this point B over here. No. Put that back. This is based on the daily time frame. That's why our fibs are kind of weird. You'll be able to see the point B over here, point C at 38.2. Okay. So H4 time frame, and what we see is there's a level of resistance that was formed at 38.2. Price is being rejected over and over and over based upon this H4 time frame, but you can see it clearly on the H1 time frame. You can be able to see this level of resistance over here. We see a break of resistance over here, break structure, essentially on the H1 time frame. Right? We see price break structure, and then from there, final level resistance, but it was broken. And then from there, this was just the retrace based upon this H1 time frame. Right? This is just a retrace based upon, let's pull this out from up here, point A to point B, 61.8. Let's go ahead, 61.8. And I'm not even in front. Like once I saw this, I'm like, this is gonna drop. I could have literally got one of those, what do you call it? Those entry king type moves or whatever, all the way up this way. But I was like, let me just follow the rules, and the rules say by N30, you have to find the engulfing. And this is exactly what we saw. I entered on the next candle right here, and 2 hours later, boom, beautiful, right? And this was actually in TradingView that you were able to actually see the entire move would play out. Dropped about 60 pips, if I'm not mistaken. Caught all of that, and still I'm in this specific trade right now. So I am just looking for this to continue to the downside. I'm holding this trade no matter what. And again, I'm looking for this to head to this negative 27%, probably even get to this weekly key level right here. So 105.3 is the target for this specific move. And I wouldn't be surprised it's going to move drastically to the downside. So what we're looking at now, all right, so what we're looking at now is at GBPJPY, and we're looking at this on the M30 time frame. We actually find a level of support right here that I'm pretty sure will be broken. Let's go to the daily time frame so we can be able to see the entire move from the beginning. We see point A, point B, point C at the 61.8 in confluence with this 144.1 daily key level. We had from 2 days ago, this bullish candle being engulfed by this bearish candle right here, or this bearish variation. This is a good sign. My analysis was not based upon that. I was just seeing that play out. So we see on the H4 time frame, we have higher highs and higher lows forming. Right now, it's at that level of support. So we need for this to break for this entire play to be true. Once this breaks, it will retest, and then we'll see the continuation of the downside move. So what did break? What qualified me to be able to say, hey, listen, I'm just going to enter in this trade? Well, we saw the fact that, remember, this green line right here is 61.8 on the higher time frame. We see a confluence with this 144 key level, right? Once I saw this area kind of top out and find lower lows and lower highs forming on the M30 time frame, I felt pretty confident this will continue to the downside. We saw the fact that this found some level of support right here. Let's go ahead and find a level of support. It found this retrace of that level of support that was tested. And being the fact that what we should look for is price to test some area and then break it. So that's why I felt confident actually entering before the break of structure. We saw the fact that we have bearish, these two candles right here engulfed that one candle right there. Once I saw that, I entered my sell, and then from there it pushed to the downside. And all of these moves are actually shown on our TradingView page. So once we saw that push to the downside, it had a retrace to 38.2. We entered another one right here. And then from there, another drop to the downside. And that was beautiful. That was the actual break of structure on the, you can call it on the H1 time frame. There was a break of structure. And then from there, there was another retrace that formed. This is where we got in another entry. So this was the level of support. We had a 61.8 bearish engulfing over here, and I was actually able to go to the M15 time frame, be able to see all the details of this form right here. And then from there, there was another opportunity to be able to see what was truly going on inside of there. If you were to go from point A to point B over here, so point A here, point B here, we saw this wick to the upside, and you could be able to actually go to the M5. This is everything I was going to tell you the truth. We saw in the M5, this got to 38.2, and then continuation. That's why I feel confident about that. So here's the thing. We're at this level of support right now. And as you can see, it's being held over and over and over. I wouldn't be surprised it's going to break out to the upside, which is going to be kind of annoying because I don't want to like wait for this to happen, you know? So we're probably going to have another retrace. I don't know if it's going to be based upon this specific move or this specific move, but we're going to have a retrace, and it's going to take some time. Hopefully by London, all that will be done, and then we'll continue to the downside. So that's what we have. So maybe this would just get to 38.2. It's on this M30 time frame. It's there 38.2. That's in confluence with this. I don't really call it a trend line. This is just like something that you'd be able to see that's formed. Hopefully it doesn't break out. If it breaks out, it'll be kind of annoying. So we're gonna have to wait and see how this is gonna form. But there's a level of support right here. It has to be broken. I'm guessing this is strong, but I'm almost sure this will continue to the downside. Hopefully this level of support is not held. If it is, it's gonna be pretty annoying. So yeah. So here's the thing, guys. What I actually just found out is the fact that I can be able to publish things on TradingView. So you can actually follow me on TradingView. And the cool thing about it is the fact that with TradingView, if you were to go to TradingView and if you were to click on this portion right here, go to people and then type in FX Pro Now, you could be able to follow me. Here, FX Pro Now. You can be able to actually follow me, which is so cool. So anytime that I post up something, you're going to be able to get access to it. Come on, bro. What's going on? Okay, here it is. You can be able to follow me. So go ahead and click on the follow button. There's going to be a follow button somewhere over here. Click on the follow button. And if anything, you can be able to follow everything I'm doing on here. So anytime I post up something, you can be able to get access to it right away. Anytime. And what's also cool about it, if I do something like this, it'll actually pop up on your screen. It'll pop up on your actual screen itself, which is so cool that it pops up on your screen, where you can be able to see the details of everything I'm doing. So yeah, go ahead and click on that follow button. And anytime I post up something, go ahead and comment on it right away, so that you could be able to always see the details in between. Anytime I'm doing something as well. I think this is really going to up your trading game very high. So another thing I would also suggest you do is go to my website, go to fxpronow.com. Once you go to fxpronow.com, you're going to be able to get access to everything that we're doing. So the first thing I would do is scroll all the way to the bottom. When you scroll all the way to the bottom, put your email address so that you can be able to get updates by email. Click that get notified button and scroll all the way to the top and go ahead and join in our free Telegram group. This is our main group where everything that I post is going to be on here. You're going to be getting a lot of updates straight to your phone. This one right here is the 12-week account growth challenge group. And it's also support chat. So if you have questions and stuff like that, you can be able to get added in there. This button right here is actually our YouTube. So you can be able to actually subscribe to that. Once you click on the subscribe button, click on the bell so you can be able to always get access to stuff. And if you want to take your trading to the next level, one thing that I've seen a lot of growth in are the You Are the Indicator students. We actually have a online and in-person course. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this button right here. And believe me, guys, like, I'm not just saying this because I created it or anything like that. I promise you, this is on point. And don't just hear it from me. Hear it from other people that are taking the actual course itself. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So if you have questions about the course, you can click on this interest list and you can be able to actually put in your information, and I can be able to contact you directly. You can actually tell me when you want a call to be made, and we can be able to speak. If you want to be able to have an online course, you can be able to have an online course. If you want to be able to get the in-person course, you can be able to get the in-person course. You can be able to click on this. But let's go to the online course real quick, so you can be able to see everything you can be able to get access to. So, but the thing is, don't just hear it from me. I want you to hear it from other people. So listen to the story of when I went to Australia and I had a group of 60 people. Listen to the person that set it all up. What does she have to say about it, right? You can be able to also hear from a couple, their before and after, when it comes to the actual course. You can be able to click on their videos. You can be able to listen to what they have to say about it. We have an actual curriculum to the course itself. You'll be able to see exactly everything that you'll be able to have included. From questions like, where do I start marking up my charts? Like, how do I do that? How do I have the monthly key levels, the daily key levels, and stuff like that? to questions like, how do I know exactly when to enter? How do I know when to stay or get out of my trade? Everything is in here as well. Believe me, you will have a ball. And there's a lot of content in here, over 40 videos. You're going to get access to a private community group chat that nobody else has access to but the UR the Indicator students. It's a one-time payment. You never pay anything else again. It's lifetime access. You're also going to be able to get access to our FX on the Beach cruise, yearly cruise. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, for every course that's purchased, we actually give a course away and hopefully even a laptop to somebody in a third world country, specifically Katie for now. I think that's really cool. You'll be able to get access to that. Again, if you have any questions, you'll be able to actually enter into the VIP waiting room, so you can be able to contact me directly. You can be able to hear a little bit more about my story. Who am I? And then from there, don't just listen to me and what has happened for me. We have a bunch of stories that you can be able to listen to and see what has happened to other people when it comes to the actual course itself, right? Like for example, we have Will. Will actually has made in a 4-day time frame $7,900 based upon the content that's actually been able to learn. We also have my friend Jay. It's my friend Jay right here. He actually has a lot to say as well. Made about $15,000 when he first started trading, but he really wanted to go to the next level. That's why he took our course. Listen to his story. And then we also have Shanna. And Shanna over here, she actually took our course not too long ago. And I think this will be a great video to really check out and see what she has to say when it comes to the actual course itself. So once you actually hear their stories, go ahead and click on this button right here that says enroll in online course. The actual price of the course is supposed to be $9.97, but just till midnight, you can be able to actually get access to our online course for only $4.97, so half off. Click on that button, and then you can be able to get access to our actual course by clicking this button and enrolling in the actual course itself. Okay, guys? So greatly appreciate your time. I'm really, really, really excited for you guys and for what's to come. Really think about it, like what's the worst that can happen? You know, what's the worst that can happen? No matter what, I'm pretty sure you're going to be in the markets. You're going to be looking to trade. So what I've learned is we got to have a mentor. We got to have a mentor in this game. And honestly, based upon, I don't want you to hear what I got to say about the course. Listen to what other people have to say. Listen to the results that's happening for other people. And maybe it'll happen for you as well. It takes time and dedication to be able to get this thing going. And I know for sure if you really pay attention to what we have going on, I think it can work out for you as well. All right. So what I always say is pay attention, stay excited, never stop learning, and let's become an FX pro now. Let's get it.